Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we got a big video. Okay, so what the video is going to actually be about today is characters that are going to be coming out since now we have confirmation that season 3 is actually being made by JC Studios. Now, a lot of you guys, we're going to discuss about first JC Studios, then we're going to discuss about what characters should be in coming and what time depending on the schedule they've given us so far and how close are we to season 3 related content. And I'm going to tell you now, we're very freaking close. So, let's go ahead and dip into it. First things first, JC Studios, if you don't know, their studio actually did Food Wars, Way of the House Husband, and a lot of other cool animes as well. So, I mean, they're not new to like anime, and I know a lot of people are scared because they're afraid it's not going to be Mappa quality, but what you have to realize is that the studios do outsource very often to like very, very big time animators. So if those fight scenes do come up, of course they're going to spend the money to actually get that going. So next, let's go ahead and talk about the characters and characters that are coming out at what time. So first things first, I think it's quite obvious that we actually got Atomic Samurai and Tatsumaki in the first month. So let's go ahead and grab these two. The month of release was February, so that's a W. We got the month of February, we got Tatsumaki, and then we got Atomic Samurai. Now, does this really is this going to be the pattern that we're going to be using for like the rest of the characters? I think so at the moment because they're kind of just following the same thing, which is limited character in the first 2 weeks. Then in the next 2 weeks, or the final week, we get this guy, and then after that, they're going to do the same thing because his banner ends on, I believe, the 13th. So I think they're doing the exact same thing, unless they end up making it like way, 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 way shorter. And the other thing we need to talk about is the fact that content is gone and where we are in the content stream right now. So right now we're supposed to be finishing up season 1 story, right? But a lot of people already beat the game. So freaking the story is now being slowed down for average people and stuff like that, which is like, it kind of sucks because freaking now it's going to get way slower and a lot of us are just chilling at 70 because there's not much to do after 70. So does this mean they're going to slow down progress for the game indefinitely until like new content comes out, or are we going to actually have to wait till season 2 content comes out? Because right now we're supposed to go through the after the Meteor arc, we go into the Deep Seeking arc, which I think is going to be one of the big releases that comes out next month. Now, that might be weird, but I think Deep Seeking is definitely going to be one of those characters that comes out next month, and maybe even a character like if they still plan on doing it, of course, then it would be like Sonic. But I doubt it. I don't think Sonic is definitely going to be up there. The other thing is, I think we're going to have to squish in not just the Deep Seeking arc, but we're also going to have to squish in the I would say, how would they do this? Okay, so what I think is point 0.5 anniversary, we're going to end season 1. That's if they don't stretch it. If they decide to stretch the game and they decide to be like, okay, let's just say like the entire first year is dedicated to season 1, right? So then we would have to wait till next February, and we could do that up here. We could just do like, oh, not what I meant to do. Back up. All right, so I'm thinking like add a row above, and then we'll call this one Annie for anniversary. So no, I didn't mean to put him up there. I meant to put like Boros up there. So I'm thinking like if they wanted to, they could make these characters specifically like anniversary level characters, and I think that these are appropriate to put up there. So maybe if we're not going to dip into season 2 anytime soon, then we might get some. We might have to wait till anniversary in order to finish season 1. Of course, that's completely up to them. We don't know how fast they actually plan on dishing out this content, but let's just say I don't think any of us want to wait a few months in order to get some content for season 1. I mean, we've all seen season 1, we've all seen it animated. There's so much content in season 2 compared to season 1. So many real fights in season 2. So many characters to go through in season 2. It's freaking insane. I doubt that we're actually going to have to deal with this type of bullshit. So, I think that he's actually going to end up being the first anniversary character in the pre-Annie. So, if you don't know, a lot of games like to celebrate the halfway point in Japan, which is like the halfway point to their game, which is like the point 0.5 anniversaries. The point 0.5 anniversaries are relatively big, and I think that that's where we're going to end season 1, because right here we got the Monster Association arc. So even if we space this out a little bit, we still have a lot of Monster Association arc characters, and especially characters that could be a part of the Monster Association arc, which would be really, really dope characters in general, such as I actually think that if we are going to get Carnage Kabuto, he would kind of lie in this area, maybe. Um, Definitely Melzagard. Melzagard, Gontu, see. Who's another person who shows up in the Monster Association arc? Definitely Darkshine shows up in the Monster Association arc, but he doesn't really have any feats here, so I think I would save him for season 2, maybe. Season 2 makes the most sense. We do have Child Emperor, but he also doesn't have any feats. We do have Tank Top Master, who has tons of feats. We already have Putty Putty Prisoner. We do have Metal Bat, who has some feats, and I think he's more applicable than any other character because he's already in the game. So that's another thing we could talk about, is characters that we could say that are already in the game, or characters that we confirmed are going to be in the game, such as from the data mines and stuff. So I think it's going to be a little more like this, a My Mask Metal Bat next month, and then like maybe Tank Top Master Deep Sea King, maybe Carnage Kabuto, maybe a whole villain month. You know what I mean? We also got a lot of these other villains that we can throw in there. It's just completely random if these villains will ever make it on this list before the Monster Association arc actually happens. These are just a bunch of maybes. Well, actually, maybe I'll just drop them in here because I'm not feeling very likely that we're gonna get any monster love at any point this year. At least not until we figure out the full roster. So for reals, like any of these Garos could be an anniversary character. I'm just saying that now. If we go over here, we get Garo, 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 and then we get all 3 of the Garos and from the main transformations, not all 6 or 8 transformations that he gets. I'm not doing that shit. I don't think they are either, because that costs money to make that 3D model 8 freaking times. All right, so we got Deep Sea King, we got Tank Top Master, we got Metal Bat, we got a My Mask, and then I think these would be the first 2 months. And then after that, maybe we'll dip into maybe even dip into that arc, because that's kind of like the final arc after the Deep Sea arc. I doubt we're going to get any other Deep Sea style characters. There are a lot of characters that came out during that arc that already exist in the game. So, I mean, it's just kind of hard to say. I think that we're never going to get this guy. I don't think we're going to get the bros anytime soon. Not going to lie. I think Tank Top Black Hole would be amazing for like an April Fool's character, though. That'd be hilarious. Like you see a silhouette of a muscle man, and then it ends up being fucking Tank Top Black Hole. That'd be funny as shit, honestly. The first SR character to drop is fucking Tank Top Black Hole. That'd be hilarious. Let's see. Yeah, because we already got Tatsumaki, we already got King, we already got like Metal Bat, we already got Atomic Samurai recently. We already got Silver Fang, we already got Pretty Pretty Prisoner, we already got. I think this is a weird one, but Garbazoid. I think the dude's name is Garbazoid or Goganchu or something like that. I forgot the dude's actual name. Let me pull up One Punch Man Alien Arc. Alien Conquerors Arc, and then there it is. Go Gengatshoop or Gengat. Oh, not him, not him. I actually picked the wrong one this time. Actually, it might have been closer to Gorbus. Yes, this dude. So this dude, he might be an SR. He's not in the game yet, but he's up there. I think that he would actually be dope. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this dude, stick him in the. Oh wait, never mind. I can't even stick him in the damn thing. You know what? We're gonna forget him for now, and we're just gonna say that he's not gonna end up being on that list. Okay, so let's say like who would also be another character to show up for that list specifically? Uh, I think. Oh, actually, this is actually a perfect time to drop an SR. Realistically speaking, this character came out during the during the Deep Seeking arc. He was one of the characters to show up. Jetstream. So this dude is like a cyborg boxer fella, and I think he would also make a great SR character for the game. I mean, Blue is missing a breaker for SR units at least. Let's see. We also got a lot of these characters. I don't think would just fit the bill, like Crablante, Beast King, Vaccine Man. I mean, we could possibly see these guys, but there's so many other characters that could take their place. It's crazy. I would even put Arms Mode Genos because that dude had no feats. That's pretty much the equivalent of just like SSR Genos here that we already have in the game. So I mean, May does seem kind of dry to me, but let's think. Okay, so it's like we got Tank Top Master. You know, we could just throw Darkshine in there just as the monster, as the alien ship arc type shit, as a prelude. But that's just temporary. That's a whole temporary slot. June, July. I think July is going to be the driest because of the anniversary. I don't even think we're going to get like a crap ton of characters during that anniversary. We might just get like that character specifically. And then after that, they call it a day because there's no way you throw any other characters from this list on there, besides maybe fucking Child Emperor, and then we just throw in like Watchdog Man, and we call it a day because there's no way that July is actually going to be as packed as you think because of the fact that yes, we are celebrating the halfway point of the game, but I don't think that they're going to give us a crap ton of stuff because this is going to be flooding like the game's going to be flooded with Boros and stuff like that. Now we dip into season 2. So season 2 is a whole different beast because starting season 2 we get the introduction of Garo, which does mean we get an introduction to the Blue Flames guy. We get an introduction of the Magician guy, but I don't think he's going to make it in. We get an introduction of this dude. Uh we get an introduction of Lightning Genji. We get an introduction to Samurai's crew. Let's see. We already got E Iron, so it'd be only nice to put those guys up there. We get an introduction of Bug God and Royal Ripper, and we also get Flashy Flash and Death Gatling. These are like season 2 characters I'm just thinking about off the top of my head. This dude has an SR maybe. Well, they kind of give him way too much credit. He gets an SSR in some games. And then that chick, I'm just putting these where I think they would go. And then maybe season 2 Genos with Blades. And then these characters I don't really see happening this year. Not at all. I mean, maybe if they feel like being kind to us, then maybe anniversary character. But from what I'm seeing here, this is pretty much as far as we could possibly go with the listings because there's not really other characters that we could possibly get besides like maybe some more forms of Putty Putty Prisoner. But like after that, it's like the rest of these characters are pretty much here, such as most of the S class is already in the game. Most of the good side heroes are already in the game. A lot of the guys are like are going to be this level of dudes. So it's like we're talking about a whole nother level in season 2 as well, because the end of season 2 is coming up, and then after that we dip into season 3, which is where Garo pretty much claims pot, and then he ends up being like the strongest freaking character here. So this is just my inference on what the hell I think is actually going to happen. But since season 3, I think that they do have to speed things up, and we'll just have to see what happens next. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take it easy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. Take it easy and peace out.